A good place to start is to look at the very first word of the Bhagavad Gita and also the very last word. What is the last word of the text? So when we look at the first word of the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. So Dharma is the first word. Dharma. Dharma has different meanings, but in today's presentation, we will use the meaning of Dharma as the intrinsic quality or the intrinsic characteristic of something. What is the intrinsic nature of something? And in particular, what is the intrinsic nature of the self? Self-realization, how to discover who I am. So Dharma as an intrinsic nature, and Swadharma, what are the qualities of the self, the attributes of the self. And the last word of the Bhagavad Gita is Mama, mine. Sanjaya says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi, Dhruva Nitihi, Matihi, Mama. That's the last verse of the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter. And the last word is Matihi, Mama, mine. So when we look at the first and the last word of the Bhagavad Gita, my Dharma, Mama Dharma, exploration of the nature of the self. So when we look at the Yoga Shastras, we see that they have an underlying theme. Most of the Yoga Shastras deal with introspective practices. Nivritti Marga, so going inwards. So from the mind that is hankering for the outside experiences, extroverted mind, we try to retrieve it back and discover the nature of the self. But in the Bhagavad Gita, we see an amazing perspective that is presented by Sri Krishna, where he beautifully synthesizes the introspective practices along with dynamic activity. So it is a combination of Nivritti Marga, introspection, as well as Pravritti Marga, where we combine that with dynamic activity. In fact, what we discover is not only are they contradictory, it's not presented as a contradiction. In fact, they complement each other. If we want to excel in our action, then the more rooted we are in the self, then we can excel and be dynamic in our activity.